gonna end today on a high. Actually, I just want to play one more after that last game. Bit disappointed. So let's try a closed Sicilian for an half. I'm hoping this will be okay. Closed Sicilian, maybe with h4, you know, h5. If he's unsuspecting, if he's going to castle. Seems to be suspecting h4, h5. Well, no, he's just blocking out bishop h6. I was just trying to do a waiting move, and okay, I think this could be a good position. If I play h3 or knight d5, I think for me, yeah, the colours look okay here. How it turns out on YouTube, the white and the blue hair seems okay. So if we play for rook b1 and then a3 b4. Okay, let's see. So a3, rook b1 and b4. I can play b4 without a3, in fact. This knight f6, you know, distracting the bishop might be an idea. Taken and b4. Put that pawn there, b4. I think it's pleasant, this position. Whatever. No, he can't really easily castle, can he, because of the h6 pawn. So if I play c takes or e takes, I think let's go with c takes. Bishop g4 could be a pain. I'll take here. Now, does he want to? He wants to take the pawn or the bishop? Actually, this f file means he can't castle kingside that easily. No, just b4. You know, just trying to undermine this knight. It's not that stable. If I get this b file, that could be handy. I've got a minute advantage on the clock as well here. So trying to just get the b file pressure. So what would he do? That d4, okay. He does that. And I guess I can't take knight e2. h3 is always queen g3. Okay, if I just protect that for a moment. Bishop d4. There's cd. And what? Mind you, there's rook b7 there. That could be quite brilliant. I don't think knight f4's in a hurry. He could take it with his queen. But that's rook b7 and then d6 looks an amazing idea for rook e7. I'm going to go for that, you know. I'm going to sack this knight. Get two rooks on the 7th with d6 and rook e7. I think that looks interesting. I'm hoping it's going to be interesting, as I imagine. But you know, these are two connected past pawns. Oh, he just walked right past it with that move. Ouch. Can I lose the exchange? I think that's okay for the pawns anyway. On knight f3, unless he's gonna have something horrible here. I think knight f3 I take and rook f1. He didn't go for the knight. This is outside of my calculation just then. Oh well.
Check.
Okay, I don't think this is that bad. Oh, he's going to take this rook. Does it matter which rook? I can take on b7 now and attack that. Get another pawn for the exchange. But rook f8 is on f1, so it might be better to play rook f1, knight c3. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stop him playing rook f8. I want to play knight c3 to b5, maybe to d6. I mean, that's still kind of dynamically attractive position. Knight c3, b5 to d6. Or d6 and queen d5 at some point. Okay, so d6, I'm actually going to have potentially a knight d5. That's actually rook f8 could be a pain. If I take a knight d5, it still looks kind of dangerous, I think, if he plays rook f8. If I take that knight d5, I think this is fun. Okay, he's on the knight, got to move it. So now I'm threatening knight c7. Knight c7 is a big one. And right, he could just castle, yeah. But what about, okay, so imagine rook f7. What would he do to rook f7? Rook f7 looks good. But mind you, rook c1 and c6 looks good as well. Rook c1 and c6 looks kind of potentially more dangerous for him. Because what is the rook doing on the 7th? I'm not really sure. Let's play for this. I think I'm going to play for this. c6 and... okay. Okay. Can I not just grab that? No, he's attacking, he's not, yeah. c6 here, or knight e7. If I'd taken a rook d1, there might be b6, he could be undermining my pawns. But I'm going to go for it. I'm worried about b6. He's going to play b6, isn't he? It looks not logical to me. Ouch. If I can just play rook d3. Alright, so there's no rook e3 just yet. Get off the dark squares. What about knight f4? That looks attractive. Knight f4. Bishop d4. Knight f4, bishop d4. Giving access to e2 here. What about rook b3? Putting pressure there. He's going to have b6. He's going to be well tempted for b6 on rook b3. So for the moment, let's just maybe bishop f2, preparing for this. I'm protecting e2 as well here. Bishop d4 coming up. Actually, that's useful to know. There's no rook e2. That's a useful thing potentially. Okay, so knight h5 here. Right. So I just hold that knight for a moment. Alright, 30 seconds, I've got a minute clock advantage, which I think counts for something here. Knight g3 to f5, or rook f3. Rook f3 to f7 looks quite tasty. I'm surprised he's not getting rid of this pawn chain with b6 earlier. Right, so rook f7 to c7. I think he's going to run out of time here. That looks like a
check.
Bad move. Piece up. Okay, I quite enjoyed that one. I think that was interesting. Let's have a look at an engine view of this on the analysis tab. This was an interesting sort of sack. If we analyse this, he's played the best move. Queen e4. If knight takes it, oh, let's just go back there. Pardon me, I have to get to that position. If knight takes, blimey, the engines really like this. Rook takes b7. The engine likes it. Stockfish. If rook f8, queen d3, that's getting quite nasty. For black here, believe it or not. We follow this. I'm just taking that g7. So it's that was pretty dangerous. And if queen e2, this might have actually been sound apparently. Rook takes b7. I thought these pawns were dangerous. Rook f6. d6. Yeah, this looks like huge compensation. This position is looking murderous for black. These pawns are just coming through. These passed pawns. So I think that might have actually been sound, funny enough. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.